Hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. As I was finishing up the last reading I was doing, I heard a distinct message that somebody needs a grief and grieving reading. So I'm going to do that now. I'm using two different Trish James decks. One is the Connection Oracle, and the other is her signature Oracle deck. These are beautiful cards. I highly recommend them. I have had I have had so many great readings using her cards. The first card that I pulled is the soulmate card. Whomever passed, whomever this reading is for, the loved one that passed feels like a soulmate. A soulmate doesn't have to be your partner. It can be your best friend. It can be your parent. It can be your child. A soulmate is somebody who is aligned with your life that has permanence. They bring joy to your life. They bring lessons to your life. They are part of your life for a very long time. The next card is perspective. And what I'm hearing with this card is that there's a very real possibility that the person you're grieving for left by their own hand. And on the other side, they have a different perspective of what this life entailed for them, and they want you to have a different perspective about how their life ended. When somebody passes away at their own hand, it's because they're miserable. And we don't recognize the pain of mental illness as the same kind of pain that somebody has when they're physically in pain. If you shift your perspective about this, it will help you in the grieving process. The next card that I have is teacher. This person either was a teacher or they were here and taught a lot of people lessons, or their own life was filled with many lessons. And they all feel like challenging lessons. A lot of the experiences in their life were difficult. They were huge life lessons for this person, and they really wanted to help share those lessons with other people so that their time going through that same path was easier. Next, I have transformed. This person's life transformed over their duration of life, but also they're incredibly different on the other side. They see the path that they were on. They see the lessons that they were to learn, and they did learn those lessons here. So they won't have to continue them in the next lifetime unless they choose to do so. The other message that I'm seeing here is on this card, it says here in spirit. Be sure to look for those. Be sure to look for those messages because they are here. If you tell the person that you want to hear from that this is what you're going to look for to know that they're communicating with you and that they're okay, say it out loud, then start looking for what you've said. For me, when I want to hear from my mom, I ask her for rainbows. When I want to hear from my dad, I hear a particular song. When I want to hear from my brother, I smell cigarette smoke, which was something that he did for a lot of years of his life. So there are ways that you can connect with that spirit that is passed over, and they will show you that they're still with you. Okay? The other thing that I'm hearing here is that look for those messages in different formats. So a moment ago when I said I wanted to hear from my mom, that I look for a rainbow, just after she died, I saw rainbows everywhere. I saw the word in books that I was reading. I saw a street sign named Rainbow. I saw actual rainbows in the sky. When my mother-in-law passed, a few days later, my husband and I were driving and we saw two rainbows in the sky. I believe that one of those rainbows was from my mom and the other was from his. And that was just an incredible gift. Next is freedom. Whomever passed, there is an incredible sense of freedom for them. They no longer have the pain that they were living with on a daily basis. And so they want you to feel that freedom with them, not necessarily through leaving your body, but recognizing that this was the best path for them. This was the best option for them. No other option was available at the time. Traditional treatments that were available at the time were not sufficient. Those treatments didn't relieve the pain they were in. They recognize that you are working to avoid grieving. You are throwing yourself into work impulsively. There we go, impulsively. There's no downtime for you to have stillness, to be one with yourself, because it gives you time to think about what you're missing. And they want you to slow down. They want you to slow down so that you can process your grief. And if that means you need a grief counselor, I highly recommend it. A grief counselor will help you release your sadness. They will help you find your joy in life again, to be able to move forward and live the remaining days you have to the fullest extent possible. And this person, this loved one, this person who was your soulmate, really wants that for you. The love I am feeling for you right now is incredible. Hmm. And there are a whole lot of spirits standing behind me, raising their hands, saying, yes, this is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is for you. And to all those spirits, I'm going to say, make sure your loved one, the one you want to hear this message, watches this video. So if you're seeing this video, it's meant for you. The next card I have is inactivity. A moment ago, I talked about the fact that you have been working really long hours, almost to the point of workaholic status, if you will, in order to avoid processing your emotions. What that's done is it has caused you to be inactive in other places in your life. You're not showing up for other relationships, whether that be your friends or your family or other social outlets. You've stopped doing those simply because you're struggling with your grief. Your loved one wants you to roll the dice. They want you to start taking chances again. They want you to be social again. They want you to meet with your friends. They want you to be an active participant in your life. They want you to find joy again. And to do that, they just want you to go with the flow. If somebody comes to you and says, hey, would you like to go out to dinner? Say yes. What can it hurt? Say yes. If somebody wants to go to a movie and it's a movie you want to see, say yes. If somebody wants to go to the fair, say yes. If they want to go see a concert, say yes. If they want to go see a play, say yes. It is okay to become socially active again. And that's what your loved one wants for you. And last, there's another reminder to look for the signs from the other side. This is the second card that I pulled out that said this. I know that there are no mistakes in the cards that come out. So either you're missing them or you need to ask for them and then look for them. So this card shows an owl. And the other card that I pulled earlier about transformation is a butterfly. I suspect that either one of these animals is how your loved one is showing up for you and saying, I'm here. I'm here. I see you. I see what's happening for you. Okay, that is my reading for loss of a loved one and grief and grieving. Thank you so much for watching today. Please know that my heart goes to you if this video is yours. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please keep the part that was meaningful for you and release the rest. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and follow, and leave a comment if you wish. I'd love to know how this resonated with you today. Please remember that tarot and intuitive readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you would like a personal reading with me, my website is thesilvergoddesstarot.com. I'd be happy to connect with you and share tarot and oracle guidance on your personal life situations. Thanks so much. I hope you have a beautiful day and know that your loved one does see you and does know. All right? Bright blessings. Bye now.